It's been another big break, but we're back again.
We're going to have to catch up the rest of the episodes in the coming weeks.
We need to sort out that upload schedule. But I mean, you were a little bit sick. I was quite sick. I'm still a bit sick.
Yeah.
Not COVID at least, but I mean.
Yeah, luckily the test came back negative, but apologies, guys. We did miss 2 or 3 weeks. That's a lot.
We missed,
actually.
Yeah, I think we missed 2 weeks, but the UFC missed 1 week. And then we missed, I think, 1 as well.
Yes, yeah.
I don't know. I'm not sure.
Yeah.
But I mean, good week to come back on.
A great week to come back on. The fights were very cool to watch. Let's go back 2 weeks ago. We had Sean Strickland versus Her Manson. Good fight. I don't think Sean will beat Adesanya.
Sean isn't a top 5 guy.
Yeah.
I mean, in the middleweight division right now, you've got obviously Adesanya, you've got Whitaker. I will still put him there.
Yeah.
Who else would you put in like top tier middleweight?
Cannonier, there's no denying he's a top tier guy. Brunson is still up there. I think he has one. I think he said on social media he has 1 fight left and then he's done.
He's done, yeah.
He did what he wanted to do. He has one more in him, and hats off to him to be honest with himself and to say, listen,
I'm gonna call
1
it a
fight
career.
and then
it's done.
Crash Bandicoot is out. Cheers, guys.
I mean, the middleweight division at the moment isn't that deep, so maybe he is number 5. I'm not sure who you put.
Well, yeah, Adesanya needs new, fresh meat, like he said in his interview. So giving him Cannonier makes sense.
Yes.
The Whitaker rematch, watching Whitaker's fight this weekend, which is just passed, it was super frustrating. We were watching the fight together, and just follow up with your. I know it's not easy, easier said than done, but follow up on your combos. Like every single time he comes in with that jab, he lands, and then he literally has Adesanya.
There
on his
was
back
the
leg.
one stage where I was almost screaming. I think it was in round 3 or 4.
Yeah.
Where Whitaker pushed him against the cage. He got his arms locked. He got his hands locked, and then he broke.
Yeah.
And he was in such a good position.
Why?
Why do you break?
And also, if you jump on the back, Adesanya has the midsection of a lamp hole. Why not put it in a body triangle? If you want him there, you have to make sure that you keep him there. And also, like I told you, and I discussed it with some of the guys at the gym, he fought that fight. It looked like he fought the fight to just have a better performance than the first one. He didn't fight to win the fight.
And he did have a better performance.
He did,
but
he still lost at the end of the day.
I saw some people on the beautiful thing we call the internet saying they think Bobby Knuckles won that fight. I'm like, dude,
there's no way.
How do people call this a robbery?
Yeah.
I mean, even if you go super technical and be like, well, maybe you squeezed out this round.
I understand that if it was still the old rules where if you get a takedown, you literally stole the round. You remember two years back, that was like a thing. If you got it
really heavily,
and if you got a takedown, you literally doesn't matter if you got knocked down.
I'm sorry.
But times are changing, the rules are changing slightly, so you're gonna have to adjust for that.
I would feel wrong if they gave Bobby Knuckles that fight. The thing is, I feel like with the title especially, so you can have a guy edge out, get dominated for 2 rounds and edge out 3 in a normal fight, and I'll be fine with that. But in a title fight, I almost feel like you can't edge out a win over a champion. You have to beat the champion and take his belt.
And if it goes to the decision, you have to. If you win 3 rounds, you have to win them decisively. There's no 50-50.
Yeah.
It has to be he definitely won that 3 rounds. He didn't do that in any of the rounds.
Whitaker almost, he 50-50.
Maybe the last one.
He had a good fifth round.
Yeah.
But he 50-50 4 rounds, and Adesanya got 2 very decisive rounds. Round 1 was ugly.
And also knockdowns. So that's where he inflicted more damage on his opponents, and that's why,
to be fair,
that wasn't a robbery at all.
It feels like he's coasting, but maybe that's just smart fighting.
It was so funny to see Michael Chandler say afterwards, you get paid so much for a glorified sparring match. And it's true what he says, because he is sparring. It looks it's very impressive.
He was
what
in
he's
control
doing,
from
but it looks sparring. So is it Adesanya's? Is he so skilled that it looks like sparring, or is he just coasting because he knows he just has to do enough to keep the title?
I think it's kind of both. I think Adesanya knows really, really well. Okay, now I'm winning the round. Now I need to do a little bit more. So he constantly does just enough to win the round, and doesn't put himself in danger.
Yeah.
And that, I think, makes him really, really dangerous.
Yeah.
More so than someone like Michael Chandler, who will go in there after a round with reckless abandon and just start throwing.
Yeah.
Like, Michael Chandler could already win the round at 2.5 minutes in. You could see, okay, he's won this round.
Yeah.
He's got a knockdown, he's got a takedown, blah, 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 blah. And he would still go full tilt at the guy for the last 2.5 minutes. Is it entertaining? Yes.
Yeah.
Love it.
It is. It is.
He was my fight of the year.
Yeah.
Is it smart?
No,
Probably not.
No, it's not. But you are leaving everything out there, and I think that's where the frustration comes in with Whitaker. Like, he didn't. It didn't look like he went all out.
No,
if you are in the 4th round, also you want your team. Okay, so we didn't see a lot of the between the fight interactions as well. We didn't really look at that. But if I was in his corner, I would be like, listen, you're behind.
You're losing this
You're
fight.
losing this fight. 3 rounds don't lie to him and tell him like, no, you're doing better. That doesn't help. Tell him, listen, you're behind. You're going to have to get your ass in there. You're going to have to finish the fight. And there was almost no urgency for that. So I understand what Michael Chandler, he has that explosive, exciting way of fighting. That's how he fights.
He has that warrior gene.
He does. And it's awesome to watch. Some of the guys need that, especially if you're fighting for a title.
Yes.
We're sitting here, we have no time.
No, I don't.
But that's what we think about how that fight went.
It's difficult. It's frustrating from a viewing perspective.
Yeah.
To see that, okay, Whitaker. You know what's the frustrating part is you can see Whitaker can do so much more.
Yeah, exactly.
It's not like you think. It's not like So you have a fighter, and then like the fighter's fat ass cousin telling him, bro, if you only did this, you would have won that fight.
Yeah.
But he doesn't know what he's talking about. We also don't know what we're talking about, but it's like you can see Whitaker makes these openings for himself. He does open him up. He does get in there. He does is his number if he just follows up.
Yeah.
It's not a thing of, oh, I would be so much better. No, absolutely not. But
yeah. It was a frustration. I tweeted it as well. I'm convinced Dricus Duplessis will beat Jared Cannonier and Brunson in the same night. Their fight didn't look impressive at all. Cannonier got rocked in the first round by a guy that wrestles most of the time. Cannonier did well in the second round, but they looked so tired. Like 3 minutes into the first round, they looked exhausted.
How many takedowns did Brunson? I think he shot 12 takedowns and he landed maybe 2
or 3 or 4, something like that. Yeah.
So that's basically the Habib way. But the thing is, Habib can do that. He can maintain. Rounds.
Yeah, exactly.
He can just shoot every first second.
So I don't see Cannonier beating Adesanya. Honestly, that would be great to see. I would be pleasantly surprised, and I would be like, okay, I was wrong. Great.
Whitaker dominated Cannonier though.
Exactly.
So
but also Whitaker also broke Cannonier's arm. Like how big of a advantage was that basically fighting?
I would say that's quite major.
That's massive. So it makes sense to make that fight next, and then maybe have Sean Strickland fight Rob.
Yeah, Bobby Knuckles, Sean Strickland. Sean Strickland. The thing is, there's no story there putting him against Adesanya, because I don't think there's a person that
they don't like each other. They don't like it. There was beef in the hotel. They said they hate each other.
From a fan perspective.
I think Sean Strickland said he's going to rape him if they were in prison. Something like that.
Sean Strickland.
But, you know.
So there's guys that put on a character, like Colby Covington, and then there's guys that are just fucked in the head.
Yeah. And I think that's not no character. I think that's how he really is.
He's just insane.
I think Sean O'Malley said in a podcast as well, like, he wouldn't want to spar him because he actually thinks he'll kill him. Like, he's that crazy.
I wouldn't want to, like, know him. Let's say we put on a professional amateur.
I think for your birthday, I'm gonna buy you one of those
cameos.
A cameo from Sean Strickland.
Yeah, and just tell him I'm gonna murder you.
Yeah. Happy birthday. That is so funny.
So the guy legit scares me because other guys every single fighter in the UFC would beat me up. Easy. Yeah. Easy. But I feel like Sean Strickland would, like, pull out a knife or something.
Yeah,
So,
definitely.
And I think
or he'll bite you.
bite
Your throat.
I don't know.
Go for your
just,
jugular.
Just an insane guy.
Yeah.
Rather let him be in the UFC than not in the UFC and have a wife. I mean, John Jones is a great example of what happens.
Yes.
When you have a bit of that Sean Strickland gene in you, and you don't have an outlet for it.
Yes, you don't have a fight coming up.
Yeah, and you're I'm not going to blame it on the outlet. Maybe it's just a piece of shit.
Yeah, maybe. And then on that card, we also had Bam Bam tied to Avasa versus Derrick Lewis. We are the biggest Derrick Lewis fans.
Derrick Lewis should not fight in Houston.
Yeah, he shouldn't fight in his hometown. I think that's 2 or 3 and 0-3 or 0-2 in his hometown.
I know Gone and now Tuivasa. I don't know if there's another one.
Okay,
so.
But yeah, it was that first round was so cool. I also said
Derrick, the All-American wrestler.
That was the People's Heavyweight Championship.
Yes, absolutely.
That was a great first round, and you saw Francis Nurmagomedov, whatever. You saw some of his, adaptations actually translates into that fight as well, because Derrick actually shot for takedowns.
Yes, well, he did say before the fight he's an All-American.
He's an All-American wrestler, so he went out to show that. That was a fun fight.
Is Gone versus Tuivasa the fight to make?
That's a very good fight, actually. I like that. They'll probably do and I actually have that here. I have a post here.
Tuivasa can get past Gone.
If they do this guy at Gagey Leg Kick, that's a cool username. He says, "Holy shit, it's literally gonna be Stipe versus John Jones for the vacant title, isn't it?" Yes. That makes sense. That makes a lot of sense to have that fight.
Because Ngannou is out with shoulder injury or some surgery.
Yeah,
or something
surgery. And we don't know contractually if he's gonna if he's gonna fight again for the UFC. If they make that fight, then Gone and Bam Bam
go for the number 1 contender spot.
Exactly, that's a great fight.
Because
that's awesome.
It's a very it's a tough test for Tuivasa, man.
It's a tough test. It's a massive test
because we know how Gone does against knockout fighters like that.
Yeah,
but it's a good opportunity for Gone to get back into the title contention, and it's a massive opportunity for Tuivasa.
Yeah,
I mean that's a fight where with everything on the line.
Yeah, no, that's a massive leap as well. Derrick Lewis is the knockout front runner when it comes to heavyweights, but technically he's not as good. So it was kind of in my head it was a 50-50. It was either one can win this fight. Obviously we were rooting for Derrick Lewis. But that's a massive leap in terms of technique. So
he's gonna have to get a light heavyweight to spar with or something.
But his clinch didn't look bad.
No, not at all.
His knee strikes didn't look bad at all. He threw that great elbow. So he has what it takes.
He can get in tight with and throw strikes in tight. Takedown defense should be a worry for him though.
Yeah.
If the All-American can take you down, yes, he's massive, but Gone isn't a small guy.
Yeah. But also, I think we saw Gone isn't that great on the ground. No. I wouldn't.
They are bringing in Dagestanis to his camp.
That's very cool. That's great. That would actually be great to see if Gone can actually improve on his grappling a lot, because there were some not stupid mistakes, but
there was that heel hook attempt.
It was quite stupid.
But heat of the moment, anything can happen like that. He's probably kicking himself about that one.
Yeah. And then we have great fights lined up. Obviously, Chris Curtis, Dricus du Plessis.
I can't wait for that.
Our hometown boy, Dricus
Is that going to be, is that for top 15 spot, you think?
That is for the top 15 spot. I'm pretty sure, yeah.
I think, because they're both unranked still. But
I think he's ranked, Chris Curtis is ranked 15th, as far as I know, yeah. So that's going to probably be for that spot.
Excited about this one.
That is going to be sick.
Yeah.
And then...
Got a lot to say about that one, but we'll talk about it later.
We'll talk about it closer to the fight. And then we have here confirmed...
Yes, Gaethje Oliveira. How does that one play out?
I think Oliveira takes it, to be honest.
Yes. Gaethje is better than Poirier for me.
Yeah,
I think he's going to give Oliveira a tougher fight.
Yeah,
and I kind of think the combination of skill that Gaethje has. He has some of Poirier's more technical boxing.
Yeah.
But he also has some of Michael Chandler's dog.
Exactly. And Michael Chandler rocked Oliveira.
That dog proved to be very effective
Yeah.
in that first round of Oliveira Chandler.
And we can also see, like, as good as Oliveira is, if it gets tough, he kind of like he takes a step back.
He has withered in the past.
Yeah.
But I mean,
that's going to be a great fight. That's going to be so
But
cool.
I mean, then credit to Oliveira. He came back after being 10-8 down. He got he got his shit rocked in that Chandler fight. He came back and he won that fight.
Yeah.
So I mean, he's got a lot of heart.
It's going to be a great fight.
Yes, I can't wait for that one. I don't have anything right now.
If I'm Oliveira, I'll try and take him to the ground.
Oh, definitely.
I'll try and.
The thing is, how do you take him to the ground?
But that you Khabib him. You grow that sexy beard and start wrestling.
But you have to be a hell of a wrestler.
Yeah.
You have to be a hell of a wrestler. Because, I mean, Gaethje defended an All-American.
Of course.
He is... No, he's an All-American. I think he was an All-American. Chandler is an All-American and Chandler couldn't take him down.
Yeah. And Derrick Lewis is an All-American.
Thing. Yeah, Derrick Lewis is the All-American.
He is like the front runner of... There's like a statue of him in the All-American.
Yeah, Derrick Dagestani.
Yeah.
Dagestani Derrick.
That's going to be an awesome fight. It looks like they want to have Michael Chandler fight Tony Ferguson as well.
Can't wait for that one. That's a great opportunity for Chandler to get back into the win.
Tough fight for Ferguson. A very tough fight. If Ferguson beats him, where does Michael go then? Because that's quite a tough few fights.
It is. I think Chandler takes it.
I think so too.
Honestly,
yeah.
Because he I don't know. I just feel like there's something there. Yeah. I think Tony's best days are obviously behind him.
Yeah.
I don't think Tony is making a lot of progress right now. I don't think he's progressed from what we saw against Oliveira, against Dariush.
Yeah.
I don't think he's progressing. He's still the same fighter as then. He's still running his own training camps and doing weird shit.
Yeah. Throwing baseballs.
Michael Chandler is in the gym every day. He's trying to improve himself. He still has the goal of becoming UFC champ.
Yeah.
If that's going to realize, I don't know.
Yeah.
But I think Tony's UFC champ days are maybe behind him.
Okay. Now, I have a question for you. Okay. Out of Oliveira, Gaethje, Chandler, Ferguson, who would you, if you had to fight one, who would you fight?
Oh, yeah.
Because that's
That's basically asking, do you want to be choked? Do you want to be
basically
like, absolutely brutalized over 5 rounds?
Yeah.
Do you just want to get CTE?
So which one do you want?
Or do you want to just get elbowed and bloodied? I think Oliveira and Pulgard. So
Oliveira and Pulgard.
Just come here, just choke me, honestly, just get it over with.
I think Gaethje and Chandler just hits way too hard.
Yeah. No.
So just to fight them would suck.
I'm okay with never visiting the Shadow Realm. So
I would like to. If I had to fight one of the four, I would fight Ferguson.
Tony.
Yes, and then throw sand in his eyes.
Oh, there we go.
I would do the Uno reverse on him.
Okay.
Yeah.
Just Imanari roll over.
No, definitely. Or I'm just gonna like keep on reminding him what Gaethje did to him during the fight,
which is just be a better fighter.
Yeah.
Are you a better fighter?
No, I'm gonna actually remind him with my words. I'm gonna tell
mental
him.
Warfare.
Yeah, I'm gonna be like, remember what Gaethje did to you?
Yes.
And then I'm just gonna make long eye contact.
He's gonna try and throw sand into your eyes.
Yeah. That must be
We've got some fights coming up this weekend as well. We've got Jamal Hill. He's up and coming in the light heavyweight division against Johnny Walker.
That's a cool fight.
It's a good fight.
I want Jamal Hill to win.
I don't like Johnny Walker either. I don't know.
I don't like him.
Just his vibe.
You're all about the vibes.
I am about the vibes.
Okay. I like Jamal Hill.
There's a few guys of people in the UFC that have weird vibes for me.
Yeah.
Them being Jamal Hill. Johnny Walker has a weird. I don't know. He's like a bit of an off-putting vibe.
Yeah.
And then Roxanne Modafferi for some reason.
Yes, you're gonna get a lot of shit.
I am. She's a fan favorite.
She is just awkward. She's an awkward person.
Yeah.
Like even when because she retired. Yes. This was her last fight. She lost against that O'Neal.
Yes, Casey O'Neal.
Yeah, and then even when she put her like gloves in the middle of the cage, like that whole thing was quite.
I can't handle cringe. I'm really not good at it.
Yeah.
So when I see Cejudo's coach, he also gives me a bad.
Okay, he's Figgy's
coach.
Figgy's coach.
Oh goodness. When I see cringe like that, I'm just like, I don't want to be here. So that's more of a cringe issue.
Yeah.
Vibe issue, Johnny Walker.
Okay.
He's actually the only guy in the UFC now that I think about it where I don't like his vibe.
Okay.
I don't know what it is.
What do you think of John Jones's vibe?
No, I don't think he has a vibe. I just think he's a piece of shit.
Okay. Fair enough.
But the thing is, Johnny Walker hasn't done anything wrong.
He hasn't. So it's just like, I think you're just suspicious. He's sus.
There's nothing about him that would make you dislike him.
Yeah.
But just something does. And I can't
Maybe
put my finger on it. Maybe it's not the mohawk. It's not that. There are guys with mohawks that I like. I mean, Chuck Liddell has a good vibe for me.
Okay. Our coach, your coach, Stefan De La Rey.
He has a
great mohawk.
I like. It's mullet.
It's a mohawk that goes into a mullet.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's just the mullet, isn't it? I'm not sure. But I'm going to be honest here. Steph's vibe at first, I was like a little bit.
You were
like,
sketch.
This guy's a sketch vibe. But
he was just mad at you. He was just mad at you. He was mad at everyone.
No, I love Steph.
And
shout out to Steph.
Shout out to Stefan DQ De La Rey.
Hey.
We know you're watching.
Obviously.
Yeah.
he might actually be watching.
Maybe. We always make that joke with people that never
watch the show.
Yeah. So
maybe Johnny Walker is one of those cases where if I just get to know him, I like him.
Do you like that?
And who's else? Kyle Dawkins. Kyle Dawkins. Look,
is he fighting as well?
He's fighting. Yes, I got it here on my phone. He is fighting Julian Marquez.
Okay, that's going to be a cool fight.
Miley Cyrus's favorite fight.
Yes, the man with the beard.
Yes, he's a good. He's really good.
Yeah.
I really like him.
That's
I like
fight.
both of them.
Where are they in the rankings? I'm pretty sure they're in the top 10, right? They should be.
I think they're middleweight. Maybe just touching the top 10.
Yeah.
Maybe like
12, 13, somewhere
maybe
there.
8, 9, 10, around
so that
there.
will be a great fight to watch as well, to see who Drickus fights next as well.
That would be a good one.
I think him against Marquez will be a great fight. I like that fight a lot.
I like both fighters.
I've had a dream that they fought. So yeah, that was quite a weird dream. The beef with Max and Volk. Oh. Yes, that angered me so much. Yes, I know you sent me the post.
Oh, I just did it to anger you.
Yeah, yes, that. So if you don't know what happened, so apparently, what happened is Max is now he's the interim fighter,
backup fighter
for Korean Zombie versus Volk.
Yes,
and then Volkanovski came out and said that he was Max was originally scheduled for that fight, and now he's the backup fighter. Basically talking shit and just saying, why didn't he take the fight first of all? And then you sent me that, and that obviously, yes, that makes me angry.
Okay, but then we got some responses, and it was like, okay, listen, I have surgery and stuff, and all of that. So and the excuse was at the time, we can't push it back. From the UFC said we can't push it back. But then this fight was pushed back with Korean Zombie.
Yes, 6 weeks.
6 weeks.
And then Max said Max was cleared to fight.
Yes.
So he didn't decide like, I'm not going to fight.
It's not Max's
he was cleared by. Okay, but the point like this guy says at Baked Holloway. Obviously he's a Holloway fan. So saying Max is scared to fight Volk is like saying John Jones is afraid to fight his wife. So that's like, because I saw the comments and then people were like, no, Max is scared. Get out of here. He beat him. So okay. I don't think
Is Max scared? No.
No.
Does Max want to be in the best position possible before going into this fight? Absolutely.
Of course. You're fighting for a world title. You have to be.
Not just the world title. He's fighting a world title and he's 2-0 down.
Debatably.
2-0 down on the official
debates.
UFC websites and stuff. In the UFC.
On the official Reddit page.
On the official pages, Max is 2-0 down.
I understand.
He needs to be in the best shape of his life. So I understand if it's like a touch and go situation where he's rather like, okay, listen, I'd rather give this one to Korean Zombie. I'll fight you next. Yeah. Let me just recover 100% so he's in the best condition possible to have the best fight possible. Yeah. So, I don't think there's anything to really beef about. I think Volkanovski is stirring. Yeah,
of course. And that's good. Like, that's not a bad thing. No, it's just get your facts right before you make a post on Twitter. You Australian dumbass. Like, I'll be... Max Holloway, don't worry. I'll always stand up for you. Even if you're wrong. Like, even if you're wrong.